Okay. There we go. Got that. Now let's pull it up here. All right. Hello, hello. We got people rolling in. Good, good. Good, good. Glad to have so many folks coming in for an impromptu stream, but I'm happy to do it. I am worn out, you guys. I am just pooped. I am legitimately exhausted. Today I was back at work. I was sick yesterday. I felt sick as a dog yesterday, and I'm not 100% better today. I feel a lot better than I did, but I don't feel. But I still felt a little bit out of it. Some stomach and head problems. I think I had some kind of bug. And I'm still getting over it. But I went to work today. I went back to Longhorns today, and I was on my own hosting and bussing and all that fun stuff. Very tiring. Glad to be home. So I wanted to come home and have some fun with you guys. So I was like, let's do a stream tonight. Let's have some fun. What do you guys want to stream? And at first I was thinking about doing Fallout 4, but then Lorik said, hey man, I've been doing a lot of Fallout content. I'd like to be the one that does a stream on it. So I said, all right, Lorik, that's fair. You've done a lot of Fallout content, so yeah, you can be the one to do that. So we need a new one. So Lorik said, how about Mass Effect and For Honor, since those are the two big ones right now, and especially we can't do Persona 5 tonight because Lorik is gone. Lorik is at his Dungeons & Dragons group, so it's just going to be me tonight. So we can't do Persona 5. Lorik and I have to do Persona 5 together. It is not as funny unless Lorik and I do it together. So it's got to be For Honor or Mass Effect tonight. So we're going to do some For Honor tonight because we're going to have some fun. That is the goal. A poet was tasked with honoring the conquistadors, but he saw through the embellishment, through their lies. He saw the real price of the gold around them, untold suffering. Few understood the real meaning of his words. No, we all understood it. I heard it. It was pretty blatant, pretty on the nose. Yeah, I saw through that. At night's beginning, the conquistadors stood together and told tales of their voyage. Great battles against sea monsters, indomitable jungles, and empires of gold, and enemies vanquished with nothing but grace and valor. Yeah, don't even. That ship sailed a while ago. You ain't getting away with that. So let's do this. Anyway, happy free 4th of July. Thanks, Jedi. The tree of liberty needs to be watered with the blood of tyrants. Hey, Aaron, there you go. Getting hardcore. I like that. Let the tree watering begin. Correct. Happy 4th of July in the old world, that is. Well, yeah, in the old world. So we're going to have some fun. Oh, you know what I just realized? I forgot to turn on audio on my end. Huh. No wonder I wasn't hearing anything. That was weird. Let's go Shugoki Pokey Joe. What do you say? Let's go to Big Boy. Let's go to Big Boy. Yeah, I called him Shugoki Pokey Joe. I don't know why. I just felt like calling him that. Happy first, Raven. Happy first. What do you mean happy first? It's not the first. Today's the 3rd of July, and it's. What do you mean first? I'm just confused by that. But happy first, I guess. Oh, come on, El Chango. Let's go full samurai, boys. Let's go full samurai group. Come on. Yeah, full samurai. Yeah, full samurai group. Nice. That worked. Okay, anyway. B1, the Knights are doing pretty good right now. I bet that makes you happy. Yeah, honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't care all that much about the faction war. I haven't cared about the faction war since year 3, maybe? I don't know. I just don't care anymore. The faction war is kind of a joke to me because in the past, you used to get really cool rewards for winning the faction war. Now it's just, oh, you get more steel. I don't care. It's not a big deal. If Ubisoft wanted to fix the faction war, I could give them some ideas on how to fix it, but no, they don't want to. It's just there. Missed the Passion Show meant happy 1st of July. Oh, gotcha. Well, thank you, appreciate that. Maybe first stream of the month. That is true. This is the first stream of July. That is true. Hey Raven, what movie would you show aliens to explain to them what America's about? That's a good question. What movie would I show aliens to demonstrate what America's all about? I would say either All for Liberty or The Patriot. Those two would be pretty good. All for Liberty. I'd probably go with All for Liberty. Nothing like celebrating an independence by playing our resident warmonger tyrant. True enough. All right, let's go. How would you change the faction war? I'm curious. Okay, so first of all, I would adjust it a little bit because one of the problems we have right now is player. Because the reason the Vikings win so much is because everyone plays the Vikings. There are far more people playing Vikings than any other faction. So because there are more Viking players, we need to adjust it, not, I would say, by number of people playing, but perhaps by victories met. Maybe even by victories met by certain characters that you play. Like, for example, what if your main is a knight? Oh no, Raider! Leave me alone, Raider! There you go. Thanks, Kyoshin. Kyoshin with the backup. Let me go to C. All right, Fat Man had his day. Oh, crap. Hi, Pirate. Bye. Get out of my zone. Pirate, what did we learn today? What did we learn today? What did we learn today? What did we learn? Yeet! Don't mess with Fat Man. That's what we've learned today. I can't take all the credit for that. I had an Ibushi to back me up. But then again, the pirate... did the pirate even land a hit? I don't know. An American Tail is actually a good one, Jedi. That's actually a pretty good one. An American Tail would be a pretty good one. I don't think it embodies the idea of America... Oh, whoa! Get out of here. I don't know what's going on right now. I attribute it to the fact that I am playing very small brain right now. I'm not really thinking hard. I'm just kind of like, I'm going to play very smooth brain and just hope that it works out. Hey Raven, the Shugoki's heavy swang is delaying, which makes it super hard to counter for some reason. Yeah, I know. Shugokis, for some reason, have a very... most players have a hard time countering Shugoki because the timing of his swing can be so unpredictable. It's the same with Hitakiri. Hitakiri and Shugoki are both very similar. Oh, the JJ! Finally, a new opponent. I'll bet you'll beat me. Are we just all gonna light each other today? Oh, I thought he was going to fake it. Oh, well, I may have lost that one, but what are you doing, Nobu? What are you doing, Nobu? Don't start acting smug. Don't start acting smug. Wait, Nobu, are you a Rep 70? You are a Rep 70. Nobu, I'm going to be real honest. You got nothing to brag about. You teamed up with a JJ to beat me, but earlier when I fought you one-on-one, it was clobbering time. So I'd be real careful about emoting right now. Get out of here. Come here, Raider. That was a weird throw I just did. It was a very strange throw. Anyway. Hold on. Hey Raven, when you'll do the... Ah! Do you know what Shugoki says during that execution? Oh, you mean the one where he throws him? Koremadaja? Many people want to say it means call your manager. But it basically means this is it or this is the end. Oh no! No! Oh my God! Saved! Saved by the wall splat! Oh, it was gorgeous. Anyway. Hey Raven, when you do the video about the Universal Lexus, you should probably use a male warden since he's the default character. I should? I thought it was the female warden who was the default. But I mean, yeah, I'll probably use male warden. I mean, it's not a big deal. Hey Raven, funny how they needed 2 people to defeat you because he's double the warrior. Raven doing the work with Shugoki this round. I really wasn't trying. I'm not bragging. I'm just like, I just kind of went smooth brained. I was just kind of like, I'm not gonna do all that much. I'm just gonna go smooth brain. Good evening, good sirs, Lord Raven, Lord Lark. I have greatest news for Star Wars. The demented director Kathleen, something is going to be fired due to his newest failure with the cursed 5th Indiana Jones movie. I hope you're right, but I've heard people say that Kathleen Kennedy is getting fired way too many times now. Like, way too many people have said that for the past several months, and it never happened, so I'm just going to wait and see. Yeah, Warden is female by default, I believe. Yeah, I know. Saved by the tree, the druids are on your side. Yes! I was so smooth brain. I was smart. What? It's so amazing. But yeah, guys, I wanted to do this stream, and I felt like, you know, we're getting real close to Independence Day, and I do love my country. It's the weirdest thing. I talk all the time about how I want to teach outside the country. I want to go to Japan or Korea or something to teach. And people are like, oh, what, do you hate America? Not at all. I love America. I don't always love what America does, and I don't always love who runs America for sure, but I always love America and what it is, so I'll always be an American. But I love the world too. And you know, it's a funny thing. I think that America has done so much good for the world that, I mean, why not keep doing good for the world? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You know what? I need to go Conquer Donk. I have not done Conqueror in a while. Anyway. Harriman, big man powered by McDonald's protects Big Tree. Correct. Keep her away from Star Wars, but more than that, keep Kathleen Kennedy 50 miles away from the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise for our sake. I don't think we have anything to worry about with that. I don't think. I hope Pirates of the Caribbean's done, man. I don't want them to do anything more with it. It's done. Finish it off. I think we're good on Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. Sorry, Aaron. I know how much you love it, but I think we're done with Pirates. Okay. Raven loves America more than America loves itself. No, guys, like, genuinely, I do love America. I really do. It's where I was born and raised, man. Raven, I wonder, are you going to kill every member of the Unseen Order in AC Valhalla, or any of the other extensions like the Siege of Paris, the Children of Danu, etc.? I'll be real honest, I'm getting so tired of Valhalla, I'm not even sure I'll finish the game. But here's the sad thing. You want to know what's really sad about what you just asked me, Labaj? You asked me, do I think I'm going to try to kill all members of the Order of the Ancients in this game? You know what I find funny about that? In any other Assassin's Creed game, that wouldn't even be a question, because the goal of the game in Assassin's Creed should be to kill the Templars or Order of the Ancients or whatever name they're giving themselves. That should have been the goal of an Assassin's Creed game, don't you think? To defeat the bad guys? Now it's not even that, is it? It's not even that. You can complete the game without doing that. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad that Assassin's Creed has gotten to that point? Used to be Assassins versus Templars. You play as an assassin and stop the Templars. Now, I mean, they're kind of assassins. They don't really call themselves assassins. They're called hidden ones, but they're kind of a side thing in the game. You never actually join them. And then they're not really called Templars anymore. They're called hidden ones. They're called Order of the Ancients. But, you know, they're just kind of there. I mean, you can kill them if you want to. I mean, it's not a big deal. Isn't that sad? This is what Assassin's Creed has come to? And you are aware that Bayek was the last Order of the Ancient. Bayek was the last one that you could technically call an assassin. Okay, I parried that. Damn it. I did good there for a minute. I was holding out. Yeah, Griffin, get him! There you go. Anyway. Hey, Raven, I finished Valhalla. I had fun and thought the story was okay since I played both sides when it came to religion in the game. I'm glad you liked it. Crap. That warmonger really likes to throw her unblockables. I need to remember that for future. Alright. And how come we have a bot? Give us a real player, please. Give us a real player, please. I'm surprised that she got hit by that. I thought I was about to be dead. There we go. Anyway, back to what we were doing. I've been upping my Valkyrie's reputation as of late, and listen is not a sexual thing. Okay, it's about power. Why would you assume it was about sexual? Like, if you're upping your Valkyrie's rep, that's fine. I've been working on my Valkyrie too not too long ago. I never assumed it was sexual. Honestly, I'm at a point I should read up on Kappa lore because I put the Kappa outfit on my Shaolin. Yeah, I mean, that'd be cool. Oh, good read. Damn. Oh well. You can literally skip the Vinland arc, you know, the part where they give Eivor most of her character development, establish how do they end up in America. Yeah, like legitimately, that's one of the things I hate about Valhalla. It's just, it's trash. I'm sorry. Valhalla isn't the worst Assassin's Creed game. I think that still goes to Syndicate. But Valhalla, I totally get why people are annoyed with it. It doesn't even feel like Assassin's Creed anymore. Crap. You didn't even capitalize with a heavy. Screw that. You know what? I'll bet. You know what? I'm going to put money. I think that Kensei might be friends with that warmonger. Ever notice how they end up together a lot? Anyway. Valhalla is just way too long in my opinion. It's not length that's the problem for me. It's that I never felt like it was an Assassin's Creed game. I felt like it was a game that felt un-Assassin's Creed. Why am I so bad? What the hell? Yeah, look at that. The Kensei's always there to back up Warmonger. I think they're buddies. I think they might be buddies. Yeah, I'm done going to A. That's just a waste of time. I always get ganked there. I'll go to C. I'll back up Griffin and C. Crap. Anyway, Raven Knight, what kind of armor did the Chinese samurai... There were no Chinese samurai. I want you to take that sentence back right now. That's already a problem. There were no Chinese samurai. Oh, this is the way we're going to play. God damn it. Ugh. Freaking trash Kensei. Anyway. Hey Raven, all in all, Valhalla has some baller armor and I love my Brigandine set. Wish I could have in real life, but I was able to do so with my Berserker as best I could. I'm glad you liked the armor, but good armor does not good games make. See, I can light spam too. Anyway, let's keep moving. Run away now, Warmonger. Wouldn't actually want to face someone better than you. Run away, Kinsey. Wouldn't actually want to face someone better than you. Run away, Kinsey. Yeah, Kinsey should have run away. You just didn't run away fast enough, I'm afraid. Oh, okay. Trash. Trash. All right, I'm picking up my boy. I can't get close. My God. Anyway, thoughts on Witcher 3, Raven? I love it. It's a great game. Love it. The Kensei realizing your conqueror was peasant and therefore declared himself as the victor, pretty much. Oh, they were Japanese. I thought they were primarily ninjas to many movies. No, dude. Samurai is a Japanese term referring to only Japanese warriors. There were no Chinese samurai. Raven, what is most funny to me is that if you chase the Order of the Ancient, you find many Isu locations and artifacts. If you do all the quests, then it makes sound that the humans are the descent of the Isu. I'm just going to say it again, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I say this with hatred in my very soul. I despise the Isu. The Isu are a bane on everything that made Assassin's Creed good. The Isu are an absolute travesty on the lore of Assassin's Creed. I liked it better when, they were ambiguous. You didn't know anything about them. They were kind of mysterious. All you knew is that these pieces of Eden came from them and that they had some kind of impact on the world. That's all you knew. That's all you needed to know. You didn't need all this nonsense about how, they created humanity in their image. Oh, there's so much drama about them wanting to come back. Oh, the world is going to explode unless you trusted them. Oh, they're going to come back. Oh, there was this rebellion back in the day. I don't care. I legitimately don't care. And if there's one person out there who does care, no, I mean this. If there is one person out there who actually cares about all that, please keep it to yourself. No one cares. The Isu storyline has trashed Assassin's Creed for me. It's gotten so bad that they have hijacked the current games, and that's why I don't trust what Mirage is going to do. They've already revealed in Valhalla that, whatever his name is, Bizam or Bizarre, whatever his name is, basically they've revealed that the protagonist, who was the villain in the previous game, Valhalla, the protagonist of the new game is already an Isu in human form. He's basically one of the, what are they called? Sages? He's basically an Isu reincarnated in human form. And I'm already like, oh, well, now I don't care. I genuinely do not give two flying farts about the guy. Because I'm like, he's just going to pull off some Isu bullcrap. And I've already released this clip. For those of you who aren't on my Discord, I released a clip that I found that showed him warping to perform a chain skill. And I'm like, I thought this game was supposed to be like historical fiction, where you were supposed to kind of believe some of this was real. No, screw you. Screw it. Oh, we're taking the game back to its roots. You mean you're uprooting it? Like, oh, but there aren't level systems anymore. Oh, thank goodness. Take away the level systems, please. I'm so glad you did that. You're just uprooting the whole damn lore. Basim. Like his name even matters. He's Loki. He's not Basim, he's Loki. I felt so dirty when we control Basim controlling Eivor at the end of the game. Wait, you mean to tell me that at the end of Valhalla, it's Basim that plays as Eivor? That is... Wow, I may have just taken even more points off the game now. I might have just taken more points off the game having learned that. That is such a backhand to Assassin's Creed. That's such a backhand to Eivor. Wow. Just what? I have no words. I have no words for how sinful that is. Hey Raven, who would win in a fight, Kratos or Spawn? Well, I think Death Battle already did that scenario, and they said Spawn would win, and my answer is I don't really care. I'm not a huge fan of Kratos to begin with. I prefer Spawn, so I'm going to say Spawn just because I like Spawn more. I've never been a huge Kratos fan. Can we please not give Raven an aneurysm from AC cringe? I'm already playing the game. There's already cringe going on, which is sad because I like some of the gameplay, but the lore is terrible. I dare you to play Warden or Lawbringer next game. Okay. Hey, Raven, gotta head to bed. Got work tomorrow. Got to get some kills and good matches, friend. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Altair's the best assassin to me. Who is yours? Ezio. Ezio is my favorite assassin. Ezio is just a baller. He is so awesome. And you know what? We could have had some other really awesome assassins. You know what's really sad to me? You know what's really sad? Constantly these last few games with the Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, they advertised male protagonists. They advertised Bayek, they advertised Alexios, and they advertised male Eivor. But then in Origins, they pulled a gotcha, where at the end of the game it turns out it was Bayek's wife who was the real hero the whole time. In Odyssey, they made it canon that Cassandra is the main character, not Alexios. And then in Valhalla, even though all the advertising had male Eivor, it's female Eivor who's now canon. And I think that's so funny because basically what it was is they basically thought, even though they want to make the protagonist female, they didn't think a female game would sell, so they faked everyone out. And I think that's hilarious. Because I'm like, you know, I don't mind if you made them female. You know what I really wanted to see? I wanted to see a Xiao Jun game. You know, the girl who was introduced at the end of Ezio's life, the one from China. I thought her story would have been really cool. Ooh, shaman fake out. That shaman's pretty smart. All right, got my health back. That Nobushi was tough. That Shinobi Bot 3 was tough. Ow. Oh, good move, Fryer. That was smart. We're not going to win this one, but actually after this one I might just switch to playing bots because my head is still kind of swimming. I'm still not fully over this sick that I've been having. So I'm probably just going to switch to playing bots after this because I'm not focusing very well. I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm just not a good player. But I'm just saying I'd rather just take it easy right now. Who is worse, EA or Ubisoft? I have more issues with EA right now than Ubisoft. Come on. There we go. Hey, all right. Gotta get back to C fast. I said fast. Come on, there we go. Well, you got your execution, but now you're being destroyed. I wish my team wouldn't gank. We need to capitalize on zones. Hey Raven, thoughts on Solomon Kane? I don't know who that is. Hey Raven, in all Assassin's Creed games, which historical figure do you get the most wrong? Did they get the most wrong about? They got Karl Marx pretty damn wrong. They got Julius Caesar pretty damn wrong. Let's see. They got George Washington pretty damn wrong. Yeah, they got those guys pretty wrong, which kind of pissed me off. No, I'm going back to C. They've got A. I'm going back to C. Oh. Yeah, I can use my feats too, Nobushi. Victory for the righteous! Ow. I always like making them say ow after I do that. Gonna make sure that we don't lose B. Warning with the drop kill. What will he do? Hey Raymond, have you ever heard of a YouTuber called Internet Historian? No, I've never heard of him. Lark might have, but I've never heard of him. Hey Raven, is the sun a planet? No. I'm running. I'm going to hay. I'm going to hay. I gotta fight this Nobuwushi. Oh, okay. That was nice. I got killed by Nobu's third and fourth feet. Okay. That was funny. No, legit, that was very funny. I'm gonna go pay back that Nobushi now. I'm gonna go pay back that Nobushi now. I'm gonna go pay back that Nobushi now. That was actually really funny. No, you don't. No, you're Onimusha. Run away, Onimusha. We're turning B around right now. There we go. Turn that nonsense around. Oh no, Boosh! No. Oh, no. You see, you can't get away from me! Oh, you slug. Fine. And then Nobushi pulled out. Oh, I'm gonna do a little dance now. Yes. Oh, that was gorgeous. Oh man, that was funny. Just like, oh no, you see, I pulled a Mr. 2 and I didn't even mean to. No one got that reference I made. Okay, if anyone in my chat actually got the reference I made, that line I said when I caught up with Nobushi, you're amazing. Just know that you are amazing if you actually caught that reference, because I don't think anyone would. But anyway, we're switching over to Breach now. Not because it's time, but because I just need to relax for a bit. Either Warden or Lawbringer. Okay, yeah, I'll do Warden or Lawbringer. That's fine. Let's see. Everyone complains about Lawbringer rework when Kyochin's literally this god at defense. Yeah, I know! Why does everyone complain about Lawbringer? It's like, yeah, Lawbringer could use some work, but have you seen Kyochin? Anyway. Revenge belongs to him. Look at the Book of Grudges. You're going in the book, laddie. I got it. I didn't. I just want to be called a man. Oh, no. You gotta get the reference, man. Nobu killed Raven with third and fourth reach Raven. That's a grudgeon. No, that's not. The dwarves are not who I was referencing. When I said the line, I was going, oh no. You see, you can't get away from me. Oh my gosh. Anyway. Alright, so I promise either Warden or Lawbringer. So let's go... You know what? I'm going to go Lawbringer. But not just any Lawbringer. I'm going to go a very special Lawbringer. I'm going Felicia. No, that's not her official name yet. I haven't decided on her name yet. But I actually have come up with a story for this Lawbringer. Legit. Okay, so here was the thing. We were making a joke almost a month or two ago when I first made this Lawbringer, like, what was his story? And then I said, I don't know, what if it's her story? You don't know, it could be a girl underneath there. And so people were like, no, that can't be right. So I'm like, no, now I gotta do it. So I've made this story about a, like she's basically like like a farmer, like the farmer's daughter, like she's your typical peasant girl, but she wants so desperately to fight the enemy, like to fight the enemies of Ashfeld, because that's what her father did, that's what her brothers did, that's what they all did, and she wants to do it too. But she wants to be a lawbringer really bad because she can't be because that's what she likes. She admires the lawbringers. So her father, who's retired, she finds his old armor and decides to wear it. It's way too heavy for her, and maybe like I could see maybe William, like Night Warden William, kind of noticing this lawbringer isn't moving right. Like that's clearly not their armor. But he kind of humors him like, okay. But then when the fighting actually starts, he pulls him aside, says, "Take off your helmet." But I said, "Take off the helmet." Takes it off. Yeah, I thought not. What are you doing? Like, I just wanted to fight. It's like, this isn't right. Like, he just calls her out. Like, I knew there was a reason you never took off your helmet. Like, you're not Goblin Slayer. Stop it. I thought that'd be funny. So yeah, Mulan but night. Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like Mulan, only night instead. Yeah, so I thought that'd be funny. And yet she did not die in the first instance of combat if she's not even trained. No, I just said before she even got to see combat, William pulled her aside and said, "No, you're not going into fighting because you're clearly not a real lawbringer." So maybe what happens is he gets the armor fitted for her, and so she's kind of a much shorter lawbringer, and she still hides out amongst them. So like I haven't worked out the story fully, but that's kind of what I started with. Zhao Wei is Mulan but a knight? Not really, because she doesn't become a knight and she doesn't fake herself as a knight. She's still a Tian Di, but she's sworn herself and her loyalties to the Royal Legion. Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow, dishonor on your whole family. These two keep stealing my kills. I don't like that. You can't defeat me, Warden. I'm too smooth-brained. For the love of all that is good, Afira, could you let me have a kill? God damn it, Afira! I'm getting sick of your shit. Man, remember when Disney movies were allowed to have moments that were memorable for how great and funny they were? Seems like they lost their touch as of late. Yeah, they really have, because they don't remember what good stories are anymore. They don't remember how to write stories. Thank goodness I finally got an execution. I was starting to worry I'd never get one. All right, let's head up and stop whatever's going on in Zone 2. Where there are a conqueror, there's always a lawbringer not far behind, because we all know conquerors are war criminals, and so they're out of promise that they will fight. I mean, I guess that's one theory. This conversation is going sad. I want something funny. Let's talk about Bastoni and Ryuji. No, we gotta save that for a Persona 5 stream. If we're gonna talk about Bastoni and Ryuji, we gotta wait for the right stream. It's a Bastoni and Ryuji. Raven, if that lawbringer is a woman, she'll give some serious mom vibes. You got that right. And I don't mind my mommies in armor. You know that for sure. Sliding down. Whee! That's your favorite part, just the slide down. And the armor may be heavy, but that just makes it even more fun once you can just slide down the ladder. After all, you're always afraid of a mommy who means business, am I right? Hey, Raven, can I name your law mommy Scarlet? It would be perfect. Scarlet? I mean, I guess. If that lawbringer's a woman, then yeah, damn! Agreed. Good evening, folks. Y'all have not missed much. Basically just us joking about how this lawbringer's a woman. I think I'm about to have company. Hi, Warden. Is it me or do the Wulin have the best drip? No, Knights still have the best drip, but Wulin aren't far behind. Wulin can have some really good drip. So did you name your new warmonger Valeria? Gosh, did I name? No, I'm trying to remember what I named my new warmonger. Dang, that execution was disrespectful. Agreed. Nobushi, you can have that one. Wait, you're not Nobushi, you're Nusha. There we go, dropping that good coal. So, while I've got a minute, and we're not really talking about anything right now, wanted to let y'all know, tomorrow's going to be interesting. I will not be streaming tomorrow, obviously, but there's a reason why this time. This Tuesday is going to be interesting. I'm going to be helping my brother grill for our church. Our YAM group, our Young Adult Ministries group, is having a big grill out, and Lark and I have been asked to be the grill masters. And I even got my boss at Longhorns to loan me some cooking pans and some burger seasoning. It's going to be really fun. I'm really looking forward to it, but we'll be busy with that, so we won't be able to stream or anything that night. Wednesday after that, after Independence Day, I work again, and then we'll see what happens from there. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Skillet. Actually, there's a Christian rock band called Skillet. Why are you trying to hit me, Nisha? I haven't done anything to you. Fine, I'll move on. But just know that you're a jerk. Damn it. I had him. Anyway. Raven, what are your thoughts on Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil 8? Do you think she's the sorry excuse of a vampire? I really think they wanted to make her a retcon Dracula because she mutates into a dragon. I don't have anything against Lady Dimitrescu. I see what she was based off. I see what she was modeled after. I like her fine. I don't hate her. I think it would help if I'd played Resident Evil 8, but based on what I've seen, she looks fine. Like, I think she was inspired by Dracula a little bit, but I think she was also partially inspired by the Japanese yokai Hachishaku-sama. Like, I'm pretty sure, based on her clothing and height, I'm pretty sure she was based on Hachishaku-sama. And I just think that's hilarious. Because, that would be very weird if she was. I think she is. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put money on that. She is based on Hachishaku-sama? Yeah, I thought so. Stalks and steals children, mostly young boys. Yeah, that's Hachishaku. Actually, funny thing is, I first heard of Hachishaku-sama because I saw a really good picture of one, like a good artist rendition of one, so I did some research, and then I discovered that Hachishaku was made even more popular in a hentai, and I was like, I didn't need to know about that. Raven, what's your opinion on the Lawbringer changes? I don't have any. I really don't care all that much. Hey Raven, what do Nobushis do in their free time? Well, since Nobushis are basically like Minutemen soldiers, like they come when they're needed, I would assume that they probably work as, well, they would be samurai women, so they would probably have to take care of an estate. They'd probably look after their husbands or fathers or brothers' homes while they're away. Probably take care of the garden, take care of cleaning or cooking needs. Like, they'd be probably a standard kind of wife or homekeeper. Hey Raven, could you do a build on your Conqueror girl? I'd love to, but I had someone straight up tell me that my Conqueror build, the Conqueror girl, she looked trash. Yeah, I've had a couple of people tell me that my drip is trash. So I don't know. What's interesting about the Hachishaku-sama is that they are a far more recent urban legend than most other yokai. Yeah, a lot of yokai nowadays that got popular are far more recent in origin. Like, for example, Hachishaku-sama, Split Mouth Woman. A lot of those are far more modern than anything else. They evolved from urban legends, which is kind of neat. It's amazing how yokai can still kind of be born from modern talks, because we always think, oh, it's ancient superstition. It can be born from anything. What is Hachishaku-sama originated from Tucson? I don't know. That's true. I really don't care that much. That single sentence awoke slanderous. Look, slanderous may care a lot about all that, and I'm sure Freeze and Marco Yolo and all them are far more in-depth knowledge on that kind of stuff. But here's the thing. I don't know all that much about game balancing. That's not something I'm good at. I can offer my position, I can offer my thoughts, but if someone said, Raven, you're really wrong about this, I'd probably say, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. I don't know as much about balancing. I can only offer my perspective. Hey, Raven, how are the temperatures treating you folk in the southern U.S.? Today it was 93 degrees, but felt like 103. That was the temperature index today. All right, let's see. I have not gone a Viking yet, so what say we go? Well, actually, is anyone close? Am I close to getting anyone done? Let's go Highlander. Let's go Highlander. Anyway, even though it's not a yokai, the Serbian women was created in modern times, I believe, and people eat it up. Oh. I have no doubt Nobushis do that in their free time, but that's probably just a pastime. You know what they do with most of the time? Anime, a lot of it. Oh. They do a lot of anime. I guess they would. Hey, Raymond, what do you think America's future holds? My honest thoughts on America's future? I sense an incoming revolution, and I don't necessarily mean a violent one. I mean an ideological one. I believe that due to current leadership in the United States and a sense of victimhood that has been perspirating under the surface, I think people are finally getting sick of it. I think people are finally getting sick of virtue signaling and victimization and just pettiness. I think people are finally waking up and realizing that what this all is underlying victimhood and petty and wrong. And so I think that what's going to happen is eventually we're going to see an ideological revolution. I think we're going to see much more, at the very least, libertarian, if not straight hardline conservative ideals come back. I'm not saying that Trump will be reelected. He might be, but I am saying that I sense a great change in leadership. We're not going to get a second Biden. I'm almost certain of that. And if we do get a second Biden, then I'm pretty sure that would turn into an actual violent revolution. Because they obviously stole the election last time. Oh no, my YouTube's going to get demonetized now. Oh no. My point being, I believe right now America and the world for the most part is just getting sick of it. I think we're just sick of what we're seeing in the current cultural climate. I think everyone's ready to see the world go back to, if not normal, just something that we can all respect. Yeah, so that's what I think is going to happen. Bot threes, man. What can you do? Anyway, I mean, honestly, it's just obvious as hell. It's just that you're not allowed to talk about it. Yeah. Why would your vid be demonetized? Because YouTube has this bad habit of if anyone talks about the election results, they quickly try to say demonetize, remove. You're talking fake news. Highlanders in their free time or drink alcohol, and they're drinking every type of alcohol known to man. I mean, okay. Well, boys, it's been fun. Next week, we're going to find out the Clintons have involved Raven's suicide. I'd love to see them try. See, I'm not locked up in a jail cell where I don't have any weapons. Well, anyway, shamans in their free time are taking care of the pups. Okay. I don't know why we got started talking about shaman. Bought 3 black priors are gods. Anyway, Raven Knight, as someone who also works in the food industry, I work at a Tim Hortons style restaurant and I just got a ratty customer. How do you deal with such people? One of two ways. Either I just smile and nod, I just kind of go, yeah, you're lucky I don't spit in your food, that kind of thing. Or I get sarcastic. Like, I have been very sarcastic with people before. Like, if they go, is this what you call good service? I said, no, this is what I call dealing with people. And right now, it's not worth the pay. Or if they say something along the lines of, I want to talk to your manager, then I'm like, oh, you want to annoy more than just me today? You're a very generous person. You know, I'll just be that level of asshole. And then when they say, I'm coming for your job, and I'm like, honestly, I don't want this job right now, so do me the favor. You know, I've been a jerk sometimes. Mostly because my managers back me up more than anything. Anyway. $5 from that one mime, sorry I'm late, was playing Warhammer 3. Hey, you know, glad you came. Glad you came. Oh, I didn't even see you there, War Mommy. And you're dead, War Mommy. Okay. Raven Knight, how can I be a warrior in these times? I want to believe in myself. Here's the thing. Being a warrior today depends on what you define as a warrior, because I know that some people look at warrior or the term in fundamentally different ways. Like, for example, some people think that being a warrior means all you do is fight, like all you do is hurt other people, and I don't see it that way. I see a warrior as someone who's willing to fight for what they believe in, whether it be violently, ideologically, or with their words, or what have you. I have trained to fight. I trained for a long time in martial arts and in weapon usage, because I feared that one day I'd actually have to use it. I feared one day that I'd actually be hurt. So I know how to defend myself, and I'm proud of that. But I very rarely have to actually use those skills to fight people. I very rarely have to actually hurt people with the skills that I've learned. But I also realize that a lot of the people that I deal with, a lot of the enemies out there, are not people that I have to beat up. They're people who, if I did beat them up, would only use that as fuel to fight back. In this day and age, people can do a lot more damage with words and patience and logic than they can with violence and brutality. So the key to being a warrior today is to, first of all, know what you're fighting for. I think that's a major problem that a lot of people have. They don't know what they're fighting for. What do you hope? What is it at the end of the day that you would die for? Because there's just one moment in One Piece. I know I always bring up One Piece, and I am sorry for that, but there's so much that you can take from One Piece and appreciate about it. In One Piece, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to steal your kill, honey. I know what that's like. But anyway, there's this one moment in One Piece that really sticks out to me. It's near the beginning when we first meet Usopp and they go to his island. Usopp finds out that a dangerous pirate is going to storm the island and kill all of his village. And he hasn't joined the crew yet, but the crew knows about the secret. And Usopp plans to fight the pirates on his own, but he's terrified. He's a coward. So Luffy and Zoro and Nami ask if he wants any help. And he says, don't help me out of pity. I don't need your pity. And they said, we're not doing this because we pity you. We're doing this because you're honorable, because you're doing this for the right reasons. We wouldn't die out of pity. We would not risk our lives just because we pity someone. And I think that's important to keep in mind. You know, you should never die just because you feel sorry for someone else. Like if I said, oh man, this poor kid, he's really had a rough life. You know what? I'm going to stick my neck out for him. No, I'm not going to risk my life. I'll help him, but I'm not going to risk my life just because, oh, this one kid, I feel bad for his situation. Or, oh man, this one person's scared. That's not worth fighting and dying for. What is worth fighting and dying for, though, are ideals like justice. Like, if I see, like, this was a dream I had once. I had this dream that I was walking down a city street, and I saw this pregnant woman. Obviously pregnant, looked maybe 7 or 8 months. And I saw this guy, I couldn't tell who it was, run up behind her and deliberately push her down into the street. I was livid. I was beside myself with rage because you don't do that. There's a line you don't cross, and that is the crossing point. But then I realized in that moment that that's something that I'd fight and die for. If I saw a woman, or especially a pregnant woman, a woman carrying a life in her, threatened or in danger, I would run in between her and that danger. I would slug the person. This isn't a matter of like, hey, what do you think you're doing? No, I would slug that guy. This is not a matter. It was in that moment that I realized, no, it is not enough in that situation for me to just say, like, hey, what do you think you're doing? That's not cool, man. What the hell? What are you doing? No, it is in that moment that I would say, blood is about to be spilt. It is in that moment that I would say, all right, my knuckles are about to meet your face, and they are going to be very intimate. Like, it becomes a moment where I realize that my dignity, my beliefs, now demand that I stand up. But so the first thing you need to do is ask yourself what it is you would fight and die for. What it is you believe in. That's the first thing. The second thing is recognizing what you're fighting with. Okay? What weapons are at your disposal. Now, some of you may be trained like I am. If you are, awesome. But some of you may not be. So what weapons do you have? And at first you may not realize you have much. You might think, oh, I don't have anything, Raven. I'm not a great writer. I'm not a great singer. I'm not a great talker. I'm not a great fighter. I'm not a great... You are good at something, and you can use that something to be a warrior. Whether you're good at articulation, whether you're good at analysis, whether you're good at singing, whether you're good at writing, whether you're good at reading, whether you're good at education, whether you're good at problem solving, you're good at something. Use that skill set to push yourself and use that as your weapon to stand up for your ideology. And if you don't think that you've trained yourself well enough yet, begin training. Learn how to master the weapon of your choice so that you can know how to use it in the future. And then finally, the third thing that you need is you need to know who you're going up against. Because, I mean, first of all, you need to know what you're fighting for. You need to know what weapons you're going up. Now you need to know your enemy. You need to know their arguments. People always... I've been asked before, like... I've been asked questions before. Some people come to me with questions about my faith in Jesus, like my faith in God. And they ask questions like, how do you know that this is true? Like, what would you say in this circumstance? Like, what would you say to this argument? And the reason I can answer those questions is because I know the arguments of my opposition. I've listened to their debates. I've listened to their arguments. I've heard the points and debates of my opposition. I know my enemy. I know what they're going to try to say to me. So I know what they're going to come after me with. So I now know how to fight them. So those are the three things you need. You need to know what you're willing to fight and die for. You need to know what you're coming into battle with. And you need to know who you're up against. When you know those three things, you can be a warrior in these modern times. Now, here's the thing. I've never seen a pregnant woman actually get knocked down or attacked or harassed by anybody. I've never actually seen that happen. So I can't say, oh, well, you know, this one time I did this. No, that was just a dream I had. I've never actually had it happen. So, but what I have done is, as you've seen in my response videos, as you've seen in my response videos, I will stick up for my positions. I will take a stand against things that I know to be wrong. Like, for example, I've gotten a lot of flack for the One Piece video that I made. And you know what? I'm willing to admit that there were some areas in the One Piece video that I didn't have all the information. I didn't have all the information that I needed to make that video, and I acknowledge that. I didn't change my position. I still don't think the product is going to be great. I still have a lot of suspicion and concern about what's going to come out of it, but I'm willing to admit I was harsh without enough information. So I'm willing to accept when I'm wrong, but I also take a stand and I stand by my position, you know? That's what I point out there. Like in instances with my most recent response video with that, you know what? I can use an example just today. I got a comment from someone on my video about Cinderella Snapped, that song, that response video that I made, where they said, come on, it's just a song. It's not that big a deal. It's not about actual Cinderella and all that. It's just a bunch of symbolism. You're taking a song too seriously. Stop complaining about a song when you couldn't even do it, when 80% of you couldn't do better. I commented back. Now you might think, why would you do that? Because I know what I'm standing up for. And I'm not going to let her just hide behind that nonsensical argument. That's a ridiculous argument to make. That, oh, well, because it's just a song, you shouldn't criticize it. That's ridiculous. Of course you can criticize it. In fact, it's art. Art deserves to be criticized. If we're allowed to like art, we're allowed to criticize art too. You know? So I commented back. So, in answer to your question, and it was a good question, how can you be a warrior in these modern times? Know what you're fighting for, know what you have at your disposal to do the fighting, and know what you're going to be fighting against. Because if you're not prepared, then you're going to not do as well. Anyway, Ravenite, I want to give the strength protection to my mom. She is getting old and has diabetes. Meanwhile, I'm over 300 pounds and get nervous talking to strangers. I want the strength to ignore fear. Ignoring fear is not a good idea. Don't ignore fear. Let fear make you stronger. Because the way I see it, I'm afraid of a lot of things too. There are lots of things I'm afraid of. But I become stronger because I face that fear and overcome it. I acknowledge that my fear should not outweigh what I have to do. You need to remind yourself that the things you want to do, the things you want to fight for, the things you want to die for, are worth dying for, are worth losing for, you know? I think that's what's most important. Don't get me wrong, I'm afraid of a lot of things. There are lots of things that scare me, for sure. But, like, for example, I like to talk big, but if someone came after me with a gun, yeah, that would scare the hell out of me. Like, you know, dude has a gun. I mean, I don't want to die, obviously. But at the same time, I have to remind myself that in the event of someone else's life or mine, am I willing to make that sacrifice? So I suppose that's my answer to that. Could DBD Knight survive Heathmore? I mean, I suppose, I guess. Hey Raven, how would you improve Harry Potter? Lots of ways. Harry Potter could use some help with, like, really what Harry Potter needs is a tweak to its world building. As Critical Drinker says, someone is not strong because they have no fear. What makes them strong is to have fear but be able to overcome it. Yeah, that's a classic idea of fear. Raven, when I feel fear, I keep saying I'm not a slave of fear. That's a good way of looking at it. Courage is literally this. The fear is in your way to punch the bad guy's guts. You have courage and are strong enough to punch right through it all, hitting the bad man's gut. Yeah, I could say, I think that's a fair assessment. All right. We got through that. I haven't played a Wu Lin yet tonight, so let's do a Wu Lin next. Hey, Raven, would the Knight from Dead by Daylight survive in Heathmore? I already answered that. I said, yeah, probably. I don't know how long they'd survive, but I think they'd be okay. Yeah, let's go Nutsha. Let's go Nutsha. No reason to be sorry, I just already answered that. But anyway, yeah, that was a good discussion point. I mean, I genuinely think that people misunderstand what it is to be a hero or a warrior in these modern days. Like, I think that's something that people forgot in Hollywood, too. You ever notice that? Like, think about it. in a lot of modern Hollywood movies, when they do a hero, heroes don't protect anyone anymore. It's weird. Oh, Apollyon sends a $1.99 donation. Ding dong. Glad you're here, Apollyon. The Knights are destroying us. By us, I mean the Vikings. Oh. Okay. How do I make a wholesome story? You make a wholesome story. You make a story that is wholesome, that has a wholesome, meaningful ending. Would I sacrifice myself if someone was held at gunpoint? No. What's to stop the guy from just capping me then, the original target? Now, if it was my family, that would be a different story. You have to decide what it is you're fighting for, like I said. Then not everyone is so self-sacrificing. It's your birthday today, Apollyon. Well, happy birthday! Happy birthday! Raven Knight, has anyone in real life ever recognized you in person? You mean like from YouTube? No. No one that I've met in real life has ever said, wait, are you the YouTuber Raven Knight? No one's ever said that to me. Raven, what is your favorite yokai? That's a good question. I like a lot of them. Probably Jorogumo. I'm just going to say it. Jorogumo is pretty awesome. Noosh is no good in group fights. Gah. Anyway. Raven, what is the supposed strongest yokai? There is no, I mean, I guess you could say Shuten Doji might meet that. The three big yokai, like the three big demons of Japanese folklore, are Otabetemaru, Shuten Doji, and the Nine-Tailed Fox. Those are the big three demons. I would imagine Shuten Doji was probably the big one, like the most popular one. He was super strong, super dangerous. Yeah, I'd probably lean on him being the ultimate. Right, got him. Alright, I need to go heal up. Raven Knight, favorite 40k chaos-based army, Thousand Sons, Death Guards, Chaos Knights. I don't really know. Shuten Doji, Tamamu no Mai, and Emperor Shitoku are the Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, and the Wolfman of Japan. Ah, cool. Hey guys, I'd like to get an execution too. Could I get one? Y'all mind letting me have one? Again, Warlord, would you mind letting me have just one? Come on, guys. Did you hear that the rock that said to trap Tamano no Mai was said to have cracked recently? Ooh, I'm scared. Yes! I finally get one! All right. Someone should write a skit where Tamano no Mai comes to America with some weeb. Well, probably there's already an anime about it. Thanks, War Mommy. Hey, Raven, I made a story about an alien who sacrificed himself. That's cool. Raven, did you hear about the Suicide Squad Isekai anime coming? God, no. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. I don't want you to do an Isekai with Suicide Squad. Don't do that. Stop isekaiing everything. Until you make my isekai canon, I don't care about any other isekais. Fuck Yoshins! Most trash character in the game. Anyway, you mean you don't want to see Joker and Harley have some fantasy adventures? No, I don't want to see that. Leave them in Gotham. Plot twist, Ubisoft makes For Honor isekai. I'm already doing that. For Honor High. Jumping off, have a great night, anyone? Night, man. There we go. Isn't that just the premise of Batman Ninja? Kind of. Except with Isekai Suicide Squad, they're going to a different world altogether. Which, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Leave it alone. Warmonger, must you take everything from me? Jump, I'm the Glad in your game. I'm a huge fan. Oh, hey, glad to have you in the game. I'm glad to have a fan playing with me. That's awesome. The gate's heavily down. Oh, crap. I better go down and stop that. Damn it, Minion, I finally got a kill and you took my execution from me. Hate you, Minion. Minions, you are all annoying. Anyway, $1.99 from Poland. Crazy? I'm crazy. Once they locked me in a room. I believe it. Hey, Raven, what makes Bot 3 so hard to fight? Because their computer AI basically makes them able to anticipate everything you do. Raven, what is your favorite type of animation? 2D, 3D, stop motion? I prefer 2D personally. I've always liked 2D. Yes! Yes! I get the execution! Woo! Well, go on inside. Go on to the interior. Hey, Raven, do you like the Transformers? Not really. They're fine. I don't have anything against them. They're just not my thing. Oh, Kyoshin. Let's have a second fight, Kyo. Oh, wow, that didn't last long. Here we go. Oh, I was wondering where the water was coming from. Bring it in, brother. Bring it in. Hug it out. There we go. Do you think the new hero will have a poison bow? I don't know. Raven, have you seen the Super Mario Brothers movie? No, I have not. What about G.I. Joe? I saw some G.I. Joe as a kid. Need to go heal up. Well, anyway, let's see. The new hero better have a death whistle. That'd be kind of sick, wouldn't it? I have the sneaky feeling that if Zinch was to play for Honor and the doors got breached, he'd play the just as intended card. He would. That's the thing. He would. Raven, do you think we get a knight here with a sword like Gut Berserk? I watched a video of Shadversity that explained how good that weapon would be in combat. Well, only if they can use it differently than Highlander. The new hero is a wolf from Puss in Boots. You know, I think News should be a lot more viable if she had something like an undodgeable or an unblockable. Just a thought. Alright, it started to rain like hell around here, so I might log out. Have a good one, Raven. Later, bucket and a hat. Oh, look, the Guardian's here. Oh, sorry. Sorry. No, I'm near dead. I'm dead. Damn it, I'm dead. Crap. All right, we're back. Yay! Man, great job, dude. Valkyries in their free time like to wrestle bear. Okay. Come on, minions, start destroying this thing faster. You can do better than this. Honestly, people are going to hate me for this take, but Berserk takes shallow edginess too far and forsakes thought-provoking stuff as a cost. Brother Lord Cal, the Loyalist, I actually agree with you, believe it or not. I've always found Berserk a little overrated. Look, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure people like it. It's got dark stuff. I get it. It's dark. It's edgy. It's gritty. It's sad. Okay. Like, after a while, I want substance beyond just dark and edge. Hey Raven, can you rate my Glad drip? Let me get back and I'll see it again and I can tell you. Alright, let's see. Looks sick, man. Yeah, that's some good drip. Yeah, it looks really good. Definitely got kind of an Aqua Neptune kind of feel to it. I really like that. Hey Raven, have you ever heard of a YouTuber called ER? He does movie reviews. Yeah, I like ER. He's cool. He's very funny. Animation or gameplay? For what? Ravenite, what type of trailer do you think the new hero will have? How on earth could I know that? I have nothing by which to base it on. When things like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, Goblin Slayer, and Hellsing can provide meaningful story with depth, it makes Berserk look childish and compares to with edginess to be edgy. Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah. Raven, if death can take any shape, if you kill someone, did death take your form? That's an interesting philosophical question. No, I wouldn't say that. Probably prepping war, corruption, and conspiring with others to destabilize the winning faction of a season to lose everything. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey Raven, what happened to Ted Roosevelt's third party? Is it around in any shape or form? Would have to ask Lark. I'm not as familiar with that. All right, last match of the night. Last match of the night, and then we're going to call it. We're going to do one more, and then we're going to call it there. Oh, okay, B1 he was talking about. Well, all right. Y'all go back to what y'all were talking about then. Goki, I already did Goki earlier. I did Goki at the beginning of the stream. Can I friend you, Raven? Yeah, you can friend me. That's fine. Let's close out with Ruth. It's Medjing time? Oh, I didn't see y'all say Medjing time. I didn't see y'all say Medjing time. I'm sorry. Hey, Raven, did the Navajo practice slavery? Not in the way we think of it, no. Every culture had some form of slavery, but not in the way you probably think of it. In fact, many people don't realize that slavery was around way before the Atlantic slave trade. In fact, to be perfectly honest, African slaves were not that first form of slavery. It was actually white Middle Eastern slavery that predated it. Well, I just felt like playing. I just felt like playing Ruth because Ruth was my first legend that I made, and I like her a lot. So thought I'd do that. Hey Raven, when the new hero comes out, would you give them a theme song? I'm gonna wait until all heroes for the year come out. Then I'll give them both theme songs. Some would argue serfdom was a kind of lesser form of slavery. Not really, because serfs were given the land. They just had to work the land and give in taxes and or resources to the landowner. So serfs weren't technically slaves because they were given their land. They were allowed to live and work the land as they saw fit, but some of it had to go to the landowner because the landowner was protecting them. It was a mutual beneficial exchange. Slavery is just you're going to do what I want you to do, and you're not getting paid for it, and you're just seen as property. Think about it like this. You couldn't trade a serf. I couldn't go up to someone and say, hey, you owe me money, but if you don't have money, I'll just buy one of your serfs. You couldn't do that. You could do that with slavery. Since this is the last match of the evening, got something to rant over, Raven? That's not how this works. Usually y'all give me the rant topics. If you want me to rant about something in this last match, you got to give me the rant topics. Hi, Raven. Love you. Keep up the good work, brother. Thank you, Extra. Indentured servitude is a lesser form of slavery? Yes, that is true. Indentured servitude is a lesser form of slavery, and you could consider it slavery to an extent. There are some differences, but for the most part, yeah, it is very similar. Raven, I think I friended you. All right, I'll check. I'll check at the end of this. How about the new Mary Sue, the 5th Indiana Jones? Now, Orochi... Oh, it's Pumpkin. That's why. Just being an asshole like Pumpkin likes to do. Okay. I just know who to avoid. Karma, chameleon. If Deborah met with Bao Shen, what would be their interaction? Deborah is still a woman of the cloth. She's still a nun, so she would respect the fact that Bao Shen is a Christian. But she wouldn't trust him at first. Raven, pro tip, use your shoulder and use it a lot. I saved you, dude. Keep moving. Kinku. Kinku Karma. Come on, man. Wake up. I had to save you twice. Crap. Hey Raven, what does Deborah think of Javier? She probably wouldn't like Javier very much. Raven, if you could think of meme names for the For Honor heroes, what would it be? Like War Mommy is off limits. I don't really think about that often. Do you think any of your legends would be friends with each other? Yeah, Teenwa and Ruth teamed up in one of the stories. They actually are working together. Teenwa and Ruth, they're teaming up. And y'all know that the Blue Dragon has plenty of friends now, although his story is very sad. Like, no joke, the Qinglong's story is pretty dang sad. Come on, guys, break it down, break it down. Anyway. You come and go, you come and go. You don't think of memes and you are uncultured fool. Shame, shame, shame. Well, you know, I just think of things that are more relevant for my time. You know, like I read. That thing you said you don't do because it's for nerds. I actually educate myself. Hey Raven, which of your legends would you like to be trained under? It's a good question, actually. I don't know. Maybe Bao Shen. Who do you consider to be the most evil hero in For Honor, Warmonger? The Raven is actually fun to get into sometimes. What do you mean? Raven, what song stuck with you the most through your life and why? Let me think. What song stuck with me the most? Probably Jesus Saves. Jesus Saves. Okay, that was a song that was sung back at Camp McCall, and it was always really stuck in my head. Jesus Saves. Really good song. Good Christian hymn. That one was one that always really stuck with me. Another one that always stuck with me was, let's see. Maybe Kiss the Girl from The Little Mermaid, the original The Little Mermaid. Because that song, I remember it was playing one night when I was on a date, and yeah, that was really cool. Like that was very good timing. I even joked with her about that. I was like, hey, you hear that? I guess it's trying to tell us something. And she said, if you want to. So we did. It was really funny. Some songs have the right timing, you know? Raven, what's your thoughts on the Bio Infinite soundtrack? I haven't heard it. Of course, but relatable song that stuck with me a lot would be Valhalla Calling Me. So relatable, oh so relatable. Again, said the guy who hasn't read the prose or Poetic Ada. I'm sure it was very relatable. Hey Raven, do you think characters while got more so than our heroes? What? Yo, that must have been an amazing date for your wish. I had a lifetime. He's like that. Dude, sometimes life just does that for you. There are some moments in my life where it's kind of weird how things actually play out. Like legitimately. How I met Rio, one of my girlfriends from way back in my college days. How I met her was really special. Great story, that. I think I've already shared it, though, so I won't go into it here. Lay off! I'm gonna be real, you sold me on freedom. Hey Raven, do you think For Honor characters will get more than one skin? I don't know. Maybe. There we go. Finally got that one. Finally got this guy. Raven, what's your opinion on plague doctors? Lark likes them more than I do. Raven Knight, what are your thoughts on people in media who make fun of or insult Christianity, like Hello Boss, Rick and Morty, etc.? I think that I don't enjoy it. I usually don't care for it, and I would love for these people to actually do the reverse. I'd love for them to say, hey, why don't you have a thought that isn't that? Like, for example, why don't you criticize stuff like Islam? Why don't you criticize atheism itself? Why don't you criticize the edginess that is atheism? Like, I think that it's become kind of an unfunny meme at this point to just make fun of Christianity. Like, I'm kind of like, the way I look at it is this. If you don't want to believe in Christianity, don't believe in Christianity. That's fine. I'm not going to tell you to believe in it. I'm not going to make you believe in it. I would encourage you to research it and learn more about it. But I think a lot of the things that people say about Christianity are just things that people say to be edgy. Like, they don't say it because they actually know what they're talking about. They don't say it because they understand the theology or doctrine. They say it because, oh, well, it's an easy thing to make fun of, and we know Christians won't fight us on it. It's just something that's easily made fun of. It's low-hanging fruit. Everyone else makes fun of Christianity, and it's easy because they won't fight back. And I'm like, no. You need, like, people don't like to make fun of Islam because, oh, well, Muslims take that very seriously. They don't like to be mocked. And there are instances where they have been violent in response. And I'm like, yeah. But you don't see Christians doing that. See, I don't mind if you make, like, here's the thing. I've heard people make jokes about my faith, and I'm willing to joke about it too. I've made jokes about Christianity before. I've made jokes before. It's not a big deal. But when you start mocking it, especially in a public platform, I'm kind of like, do you actually know what you're talking about? Because most of them honestly don't. Most of them honestly don't. Like, a lot of people like to say that hell's like hell of a boss. Hell of a boss. Oh, that's not so bad. Hell isn't that bad. Like, do you even understand what the Bible says about hell? No, this isn't actually the biblical hell, and yet you use biblical demon names. No, it's not the real hell. This is just our interpretation of hell. Like, okay, and yet I still feel like this is a little bit on the nose. Anyway, though it is true that I'm afraid of the Bible. Though it is afraid that I'm afraid of the Bible, I don't like books. I'm sorry, Ultron, Rated the Poet Edas. I get the chance to, but for now, I'll just keep watching videos about it. Okay, whatever. Hey Raven, do you think so many people view the nuclear bombs as bad, but Japan doesn't? I'm sure Japan views the nuclear bombs as bad. Here's the thing. I view the nuclear bombs as bad, but I think that they were a necessary evil. That's the thing. Like, when you talk about the nuclear bombs dropped on Japan, I'm not happy they were dropped. I'm not like, oh man, that was totally awesome. No, I would never say that. My thought on that is, I hate that they had to be dropped, but they had to be dropped. I hate that a person who has cancer has to go through chemotherapy because chemotherapy sucks. I hate that it has to happen, but it has to happen. But yeah, but back to the whole Christianity thing. I have no interest in Hell of a Boss. I know that they've gotten a lot of famous people to act in it and voice in it. I know that they've gotten Kesha at some point on that, and I'm glad that it has an audience, I guess. But I see it as, honestly, I see it as smut. I just see it as sexual deviancy masquerading itself as edginess and using 2D animation to sell itself. Vizzy Pop is a very talented person, but I think that she's a degenerate. That's what I think. I think she's a sexual deviant who uses her art style to get a lot of people fascinated. I have no interest in her product. Hell of a Boss just isn't for me. I'm not going to go out and make a review of it. I'm not going to watch it and say, oh, let me tell you why this episode is so bad. And I'm not going to do that. It's not worth my time. But do I think that it's cool that they mock Christianity? No. I think that's sad that they feel the need to do that. I think it's funny that they feel the need to do that. It's like, you think your product would be better just by mocking Christianity? Then what can I say good about your product? It's kind of like, hey, watch our product. We make fun of Christianity. Okay. Is it really a good product then, I wonder? Anyway, what does the Bible say about edge? It says that a fool loves to hear themselves talk. A wise man is careful with his words. The story I find interesting, and you're fine too, okay? I haven't watched it. I don't know how the story goes. I know about a few of the characters because I've been sent clips from friends. I watched like 1 or 2 episodes, and I did watch the pilot episode for Has Been Hotel, which is made by the same person. So I know some of it, but I think that the premise is weird. I think that the setup is stupid. I think it has a vast misunderstanding of hell. I can't really blame the creator, though. I think a lot of people misunderstand hell. And it has a very gross misunderstanding of Christianity in general. But then people always say, it's not Christian hell. It's lots of different interpretations of hell. Sure, fine. It still doesn't make sense because you're getting those wrong too. Anyway. Just avoid it anyways, it's nasty furry bait. Yeah, I kind of got that impression. I like Hell of a Boss. I'm glad you do, Shark. I'm glad you do. I don't. Okay, that's all there is to it. It's not for everyone, and that's okay, though I feel it may be ill-advised to mock one's beliefs. Yeah, that's my point. It's not for everyone. It's definitely not for me. I don't care for it. But don't say that I'm intolerant because of it. I'm just like, I think that it mocks my beliefs. I think that it mocks a lot of beliefs, actually. And I think it's just sexual smut for the sake of being sexual smut half the time. I do think it's kind of funny that their interpretation of hell is a lot of LGBTQ representation. I think that's kind of funny. Raven, can you accept my friend request? Sure, I think I can do that. Let me see. I'll try to. We'll see. Let me type in your name because I've got a lot of friend requests here. You sent it on PS? Oh, that's why. All right, then I'll probably do it at the end of this. Well, actually, let me see if I can't do it here. 1 second. Yeah, I see it. Hold on. Okay, I accepted it. All right, got it. All right, anyway. Funny, isn't it? People keep acting like mocking Christianity is some brave new thing, as though no one's ever done that before. Jesus said it would happen. He said it very clearly in the Beatitudes. He told his disciples, I did not come to bring peace but a sword. You will be mocked and reviled and hated for who I am. The world will hate you, but take heart, for I have overcome the world. He already warned us. He said that this would happen. Ravenut, I was the warmonger for the past few matches. Sorry for not playing the best. I've been hopping on and off to take care of some last minute homework for my class. Dude, you're fine. You're good, tree dude. Glad you joined me. I'm on my crusade to get as many rep as Raven. Hey, cool. That's awesome. Thank you. Love you, man. No problem, Jump. Raven, what's your opinion on the Power Rangers? They're fine. Too many of them. Also, Raven, happy Independence Day. Happy Independence Day, man. Thanks. Neil deGrasse Tyson is so wrong. He's wrong about a lot of things. Although I will give him some credit. He did say that he doesn't agree with the idea of changing AD to CE. He says it's ridiculous to change AD, Adus Domine, to Common Era. That's ridiculous. That was a fun match thing. Yeah, Pumpkin, that was fun. Raven, what was Raven's real belief skin tone? I remember hearing people say he was black. Help if L out. What was Raven's real belief skin? You mean Jesus' real belief? Jesus was probably Middle Eastern. He was Lebanese, I would believe. So he'd probably have more of an olive skin tone. Like, he wouldn't be black, that's for sure. He would not be black, and he would not be pasty white. He would probably be, olive skinned. I'm getting off, Raven. Keep up the good work, and again, love you, bro. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, Jump. Have a good one. What do you Shugoku do in the... Oh, you're back to the free time thing. Okay. The skin does not matter. His message is the most important. Agreed, Wander. Agreed. If you ever get into Warframe, I'd be happy to help you and anyone else there. Okay. Some Lebanite people can look very white. Not at the time that Jesus was around, I don't think. Happy Independence Day, Raven. I know you're technically a little early, but I've been hearing fireworks for 3 days, so I'm late apparently. No, you're good. You're good. You're all good. Well, anyway, Raven, I sent a post. Can you read it? Let me see. I'm looking for it. Hold on. I'm looking for it, man. I don't. There it is. Ravenite, I recently learned the origins of gender theory. I think that's what it's called. Of John Money, and by God, I wish those doctors burned down his work and forgot his existence. Yep, I agree. I believe Metatron actually did a video about which skin tone Jesus likely was based on. Historical evidence. Quite a fascinating watch it was. Yep. Anyway, 999 from Corwin Kellner. Love your work. Thank you, Corwin. Really appreciate the donation. That helps me out a lot. Really, guys, your donations always do help. Happy 4th of July, Raven. Hey, thank you, man. Well, anyway, if y'all don't have anything else to talk about, I think I've ranted about my dislike of Hell of a Boss long enough, and I've already pissed off a couple people, I'm sure, about it, because I don't like it. And I think it's garbage, and I think it's highly overrated, if you want my honest opinion. I think if you, well, to be fair, I can't think of very many products or shows or movies today that show Christianity in a positive light, if I'm being honest. The Chosen is the only one in recent memory that I can think of. Anyway, anything before I go? Anything before I log off for the night? This is your last chance. I'm from Canada, and it says it's the third. It's still the third here. It's still the third here. Ever watched the Sean Ryan show? No, I can't say I have. Raven, you haven't offended me at all. I just think it's an interesting thing, but I don't believe in it too much. Well, that's fine. I think that's the thing. I'm not saying that anyone watching it would actually believe hell is actually like that. But the problem I have with Hell of a Boss is not that I think, oh man, it's going to corrupt people and make them think that that's what hell is really like. No. But I think what it's going to do is it's going to just desensitize them even more to what it's saying. Like, here's what I'm saying. My problem with Hell of a Boss, my ultimate problem with it, from a spiritual sense, is not that it makes hell to be not what it should be, but the fact that all the characters basically have very little qualms about their moral attitudes and actions towards each other. Very few of the characters behave in what I would consider a righteous manner. Now, you might say, well, Raven, lots of people don't behave in righteous manners, and I'm like, yeah, I know that, but who are we supposed to... I'll use an example. Let's go with, what's his name? Stolas. Let's go with Stolas, the owl demon guy. Okay. He's a father. He has a daughter. He has a wife. He was forced into the marriage with his wife. His wife's a bitch. Let's be real. He loves his daughter, and he stays in the marriage for his daughter, but it's an unhappy marriage. He's very miserable in it, but he tries to put up with it for the sake of his daughter. Until he meets Blitz again, and he has a love affair with Blitz. In fact, he has sex with Blitz. He has a romantic interaction with Blitz, and then vindictively tells his wife that he's getting a divorce from her because he's so sick of her crap. Okay, let's analyze that for just a second. You're thinking of Stolas? Yeah, Stolas. Sorry. So what my issue here is this. I feel bad for his situation and what he is with his wife. Definitely. He's got a really rough situation. And there are lots of men out there who go through situations like that where they have abusive relationships. It's real. It happens. But is that the right way to deal with it? How many people looked at what he did with Blitz and thought, yeah, that was excellent. Way to do it, man. Way to shove it in her face. You had an affair with Blitz, a very unlikable person who is only using you and treats your love for him like it's an easy way to get what he wants. I'm supposed to find that endearing. I'm supposed to find that good. Really. I'm supposed to enjoy that. I didn't. I thought, oh, Stolas is once again getting used through sex. Blitz is once again getting away with literal hedonist and evil things. And he is divorcing his wife, which I wouldn't mind, but probably for all the wrong reasons. He's doing it because, like, here's my thing. I would have liked it better if he just finally decided, my daughter is an adult now, I'm ready to move on, I think it would be healthier if I did. That would have been fine, I would have been totally okay with that. But he didn't make the decision to divorce her during all the abuse or during all the mistreatment. He did it after he had an affair publicly. And I'm like, that's not the way I would have handled that. And I wouldn't have minded so much if maybe if the romance was actually legitimate. But again, I don't care for this. I don't care for that attitude. I don't care for that belief system. But here's the problem. Some people are going to look at that and think, no, that's totally justifiable. That's totally justifiable. As long as you are happy physically, then you can ruin your entire relationship with your family. And that's my issue there. But yeah. But and some people are right now in the chat saying, no, it's still causing friction. Sure, yeah, okay. And maybe it is. Maybe it is causing friction for him. Fair enough. Maybe it is causing some problems for him. Maybe it's causing some problems in his relationship. But does anyone out there feel, and I'm genuine here, does anyone out there feel that what Stolas did was the right thing? What he did with Blitz, was that the right thing to do? Was that a justifiable thing to do? And that's what I think is the problem. I think my issue with it is not that they're depicting hell wrong, but that they're presenting very malicious, wicked things and saying, it's not so bad. And I think that's my issue. It's like, and it's not just that, it's other things too. Like lots of what I see, and I'm kind of like, how is this a good thing? And I'm not saying all characters have to be saints. I mean, it's hell, come on. But then at the same time, it is hell. You can't have it both ways, guys. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it where, oh, this isn't really hell. This isn't really hell. This isn't actually hell where you get damned forever. Come on, it's not all that serious. It's not really hell. Okay, then how can you think that what they're doing here is good? Oh, really? You're asking them to be good? It's hell. You see the problem? You can't have it both ways. Either this is hell, where everything's wicked, evil, and everyone's damned. It's not really hell. Or, you know, people have been romanticizing adultery for a long time. My first example coming to mind is Lancelot and Guinevere. Not to imply you set in a new concept in hell, but it's an old... Oh, no, it's definitely an old trope. But here's the thing. With Lancelot and Guinevere, there were very clear consequences, as in someone died. Someone actually died. It's a tragic love affair. People romanticize, and I'm not saying romanticizing adultery is a good idea at all. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that with Hell of a Boss, they are convincing people that what Stolas did was a good thing. They're saying that because Stolas was unhappy in his marriage, it was totally okay for him to have an affair, rather than A, work things out, B, get a divorce, or C, just walk out. Those would have all been much more mature, rational things to do. Instead, he had an affair, made it public, and trashed his whole family relationship. And yet there will still be people who argue that was totally the right thing to do. And I'm like, I don't think it was. I think that made you out to be just as stupid as your wife. Raven Knight, on the topic of Stolas, there's an episode where he gets kidnapped by a mercenary, and right before he's nearly killed, he calls out for Blitz instead of his daughter, which I find sad. Yeah. For sure. Still. Stolas' adultery has not been a good thing. There's a whole episode going over how his rash act is... Okay, I should rephrase. I'm not saying that the show makes it out to be a good thing. I'm talking about what the audience's response is. But since that's hell, wouldn't making adultery a good thing make sense for hell? Yeah, and that's another reason I don't like it, because they're making hell out to be... See, this is my problem. This is what it all comes down to. They're making hell out to be this place where you can live unrighteous, wicked, evil lifestyles. Just absolutely wretched lifestyles, but with no consequence. Think about that for a second. You're in hell. There's nowhere else to go now. You're in hell. And basically the show is saying, once you get to hell, live the way you want. Live debaucherously. Live destructively. Set things on fire and watch it burn. Have sex with whoever you want. And I'm like, yeah, this is hell. But how many people are watching this going, hey, that sounds good to me? And that's what bothers me. I prefer stories where people try to be righteous. You know, that was one thing that I kind of liked about Hazbin Hotel. You know, the main character, she actually wants to fix things. She wants to help people get out of hell. She wants to help redeem people. I'm kind of like, wow, that's surprising. I mean, I don't think that's theologically sound. I agree with what Alistair said when she brought that up to him, saying, no, this is where you're set. And I like his way of looking at it. But I was kind of endeared to the idea that this demon princess cares about souls enough to try to redeem them. I'm like, that's new. I was not expecting that from a demon. Okay, cool. But then you have hell of a boss where, nah, screw who you want. Have sex with who you want. Kill who you want. Steal from who you want. Because it's hell. And I think that warps people's idea of what hell is. Like, I've heard people legit say, if I had to choose between heaven and hell, I would choose hell because that's where all the cool kids go. I've actually heard people make that argument. People say, oh, you mean smoking weed, having sex, and doing what you want gets you to hell? Well, that's where all the cool people go. I've actually heard that argument. If I had to guess, that's probably why they have so many characters as amoral and immoral. Yeah, exactly. You're stuck in the ultimate punishment. But Clay Pigeon, my question is, what's the punishment? What is the punishment? Yeah, they're stuck in a place where they can do whatever they want. Oh, the horror. Imagine if someone told you that. Okay, if you die and go to hell, you're stuck in a city full of demons and monsters. Oh, that's terrible. Where you can live however you want. Wait, really? Yeah, you can have sex with who you want. Kill who you want, live whatever way you want to. Oh. Well, what's the problem? See you there. See, that's my issue. See, this is why I like Raven when he criticizes things. Like, I kind of disagree on these takes, but I see where your points are coming from, and I respect you for actually watching the shows beforehand. Hey, you can disagree. That's fine. Raven, come to think of it, is Charlie Mag, the daughter of Lucifer, a purely made character? Or is there a mention of his daughter in the Holy Bible? No. There's no mention of Lucifer having a child in any religious document. Hey, Raven, do you think William Afton will go to hell for what he did in Five Nights at Freddy? Probably. It's the old quote, better to rule in hell than serve in heaven. Of course, the quote doesn't really understand how either heaven or hell work. Exactly. Oh, thank goodness. I'd forgotten that quote. Yeah, exactly. They have no idea how hell works. And that's the problem. People don't recognize what hell is. And that's why people just think that hell is either this place where you can get out of somehow, or they think of it as hell as, oh, well, it's where all the cool kids go, where you can do whatever you want. I'm like, no, it is not. Anyway. Is it the Holy Bible or the Holy Bee-Boo? What are you talking about? Angel Dust is supposed to be a comic relief, but comes off as a hypersexual furry spider goblin. Angel Dust was that character who was basically a slut, wasn't he, she, whatever that thing was? Yeah, I didn't like it. I was not endeared to that. I thought that was pretty, weird. Hey, Raven, have you read Bernal Diaz del Castillo memoirs? No, I have not. But yeah, Angel Dust, I didn't care for that character. Like, then again, there are a lot of characters I don't really care for in both shows. Like, I just don't get them. Hey Raven, what's the dumbest thing people say about the Middle Ages? That it was a barbaric time that was uneducated and everyone was superstitious and afraid of everything? That there was no science, there was just religious dogma? No, that's not true. There was science, there was medicine. It wasn't as advanced as today, obviously, but it wasn't just an uneducated cesspool of mud and muck. Honestly, I never liked Hell of a Boss and it felt so mean-spirited. Thank you, Jordan Brett. I agree with that. Hey Raven, what Knight's Order in history do you think have the best drip? Teutonic. Happy 4th of July. Thank you, Anthony. What about Luna the Wolf Girl? I didn't watch enough of the show to get enough of an idea of her. All I saw in her was an angsty teenage girl who's more addicted to her phone than anything else, and Blitz was, for some reason, very loving towards her, which I'm sure they explained that in some other episode that I didn't bother to watch, but I'm not going to judge her because I haven't seen enough of the show, but based on all I saw in the first few episodes, I didn't really care for her either. But anyway, yeah. Alright, anything else y'all want to ask before I go? I bet some will say, oh, you only dislike these things because they're sexual, when in reality, I think you can write a good character who's sexual, but you just shouldn't have glorification of. Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, there's some, like, here's the thing. I wrote a story. Okay, so I wrote this story a long time ago. It was a short story, but it was a story called Lovesick. In this story, there's this kid who wants to, there's this kid, good Christian kid, goes to school, does what he's supposed to do, but one day he's nearly killed by a car accident, but he finds himself meeting this girl before he dies, who basically introduces herself. She's a succubus, which is a sex demon. She wants to be redeemed. She wants the chance to be saved. She wants to no longer be a demon. But she doesn't know how to do that. She doesn't know how to fix herself. So she makes a deal. She says she'll save him from death. In exchange, she wants to follow him and learn from him and learn how to be a better person. And he has to try to help her overcome her addictions and desires to become a better person. The story was only like 3 or 4 parts long. And it was her basically struggling to understand certain aspects. Like, for example, she recognized that, you know, as a succubus, I already have this issue where I'm addicted to sex. I need to stop having sex. But there are constantly times where she really wants it and he needs to remind her, no, you can't do that. So she was sexual. She was very promiscuous. She wanted to have sex. That was something she wanted. But she had to constantly learn, you can't just have sex with people because you want to. It's not just a physical thing. And by the end of the story, he has to kind of elaborate to her, sex is not just a physical thing. It is an expression of love, of matrimony. You don't just have sex because, oh, well, I feel like it. You have sex because it's something you want to extend. That's why I'm still a virgin, even though I'm 30. And a lot of people would make fun of me for that in today's society. But the truth is, I'm saving myself for when I actually meet the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. Because I want, the first time I have sex, to be with the woman I intend to spend the rest of my life with. Because I see sex as a covenant. I see sex as a thing between man and wife. I see something as God gave it to us. Now, yes, it feels good, but the reason it feels good is because it's a gift. God gave it to us, something that feels really wonderful and pleasurable and awesome, but for a reason. You know, it's something that means something more than just, oh, well, quick, and you're done, you know, like, it's supposed to mean more than that. That's one of the reasons why Hell of a Boss doesn't sit well with me. A lot of it is so sexualized. It is so sexualized. Everything is about sex or about sexual innuendo or sexual promiscuity. And to me, I'm like, if that's all your characters or humor or diatribe comes from, then I don't have any respect for you. I've never had respect for the whore, you know? I've never had respect for the whore or the slut or the person who just lives for sexual pleasure. I've never had respect for that person because they kind of misconstrue what sex is. Raven, have you heard of the riots in France? No. Who needs sex ed in school? Probably a fair few. We just need Raven's teachings. Raven Knight versus Vizzy Pop characters, I don't know any of them. Your story is a perfect example. Sexual characters are okay if portrayed as a flaw. What Hell of a Boss is doing seems to just as attempt to normalize it or even praise. And therein you see my flaw. You see my big problem. Raven, why does ritualistic human sacrifice need to be constant on different civilizations through the years? That's a good question. We could explore that in the theology video sometime. What is Thor like in mythology compared to the God of War version? I haven't played God of War Ragnarok, so I have no idea how he acts, but Thor in actual mythology was a larger-than-life character. Kind of boneheaded and bullheaded in a lot of ways, but very staunch, very powerful. He was considered the strongest of the Aesir. So powerful, in fact, he was the only Aesir that Loki was actually afraid of. He wasn't the most intelligent, but he was incredibly noble. Hellevost is basically a teenager having a Slaneshi hallucination after a decade of dwelling on sour emotions on their religious parents. Yeah. My guess when I first saw Hellevost, before I knew it was Vizzy Pop, I thought it was made by somebody who grew up in a religious household and resented it. That was my first thought. Because a human sacrifice is the most drastic sacrifice you can make? Probably. We should probably keep religion out of our schools, let it be the child's voice. I just want kids to be taught by their parents on these matters, like religion and the like. I'd rather them learn from their parents rather than from their schools. That's the way I look at it. Well, let me put it this way about sex and the way people use it nowadays. My issue with abortion, and this is going to get me in a lot of trouble, so I'll probably end it here. My issue with abortion is this. I wouldn't be so against abortion if it wasn't for the fact that people are abusing it for the wrong reasons. I look at a pregnant woman and I see her carrying a life inside of her. That's what I see. So when a woman says, I want to get rid of this, I have to ask, well, why? Why do you want to do that? Now, if there's a threat to the child's life or a threat to the mother's life, in those situations, I can understand. I can get the idea there. But that's not why a lot of people do it. The reason a lot of people do it is because we now live in a society where sex is supposed to be on demand when you want it and as much as you want of it. So these young people go out and they have sex the way Hellevost portrays it, as a normalized thing. Let's go have sex. Let's go have fun. We're young, we're wild, we're free. We're going to go have a good time. Let's go make love, that kind of thing. And then they get pregnant because that's what happens when you have sex. And suddenly, now when you have a baby on the way, suddenly there are some responsibilities that come with that. Suddenly, you have to act like a parent. Suddenly, there's something expected of you. And so rather than face that responsibility like an adult, they say, I want to get rid of it. I don't want this responsibility. I need to drop this. And so abortion now shows up and says, hey, we'll take that responsibility off your hands. Well, abortion's kind of expensive, isn't it? Not if we get the taxpayers to pay for it for you. We'll make it a part of your health care plan. And therein lies the problem. I don't want to support that. I think supporting your irresponsibility is wrong. And that's why I was supportive of the Supreme Court's decision last year to reverse Roe v. Wade. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you want your abortion, I'm not going to pay for it. Because in my opinion, the reason abortion has become such a hot topic issue right now is because we live in a society that says sex should be done when and how you want it, and you don't need to take the responsibility for doing it. That's why I've said, and I mean it, sex should be between a husband and wife who have made the proper mature and adult decisions to be able to reach that point. My parents waited late in the game to have me and my brother. They were in their late 30s, early 40s, I think. They waited late in the game, and God bless them for doing it, because that means that they were mature enough to know what they were doing and how to do it. I'm willing to wait, because I want to have kids and I want to make sure that I bring them in this world proper. I'm not going to just sleep around however I want to, because I want to be responsible about all this. Anyway. Not exactly from what I've heard. Thor is a lot of that stuff. He's kind of a brute, but more than that, he's the protector of Midgard. He's a protector of Asgard, protector of his family, and very wise. Again, B1, for someone who hasn't read the prose or poetic Edda, you seem to know a lot about something you don't know enough about. As someone who has read it, I can tell you, he was not the wise one of the gods. That would be Odin. Thor was often meat-headed. He often didn't think things through. He acted sometimes without reason. He was also very stubborn. He was the guy who was challenged to lift the whole world and attempted it. He was the guy who wanted to go out and fish for Jormungandr. Thor had an ego. Thor made a lot of poor decisions. He could be manipulated, and Loki sometimes tried it. In fact, ask Thor about the time Loki convinced him to dress up in drag to pretend to be Freya. Thor did it. Now, was Thor a protector? Yes, he was. But he was not the wisest of the Aesir. He was just the strongest. I never said he was the wisest, I said he was wise. Not really all that wise. But please, if you have a quote from the Prose or Poetic Edda to share, go right ahead. What do you think about playing God of War Ragnarok on the channel? I didn't enjoy the first God of War Norse game that much to really want to play the second one. And look, it was a fine game. I just didn't enjoy it all that much. In his defense, that was hundreds of years ago. People wisen up after hundreds of years. B1, I want you to think about the entire lack of logic in what you just said. You're basically saying, okay, he wasn't wise back in the day when the Prose or Poetic Edda was written, but I'm sure if we were to look at him now, he would be much wiser. That is based on nothing but your belief that he would have wisened up. Are you serious, B1? Are you actually serious? Anyway, I think I've gone on long enough. And I'm pretty sure most people don't care to hear me talk anymore about this topic. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it there. I've been sitting here for a while just kind of rambling. I'd say Thor's wiser than a bunch of New Yorkers. Okay, yeah, but low bar. This will definitely spiral. Yeah, I'm sure it will. Anyway, I'm tired, and I got a lot to do tomorrow. Besides, we're kind of getting off topic. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed playing some For Honor with you guys. Again, no stream tomorrow. Probably no stream Wednesday. But Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week, we will be back with more streams. Look forward to it. Gonna be awesome. Take care, you guys. And as always, I will see you in my next video. And happy 4th of July tomorrow. Take care.